everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called How Will Your Valentine's Day Be This Year? And we have three piles to choose from. Pile number one is represented by the Sunglasses Queen. Pile number two is represented by the Naughty Devil. And pile number three is represented by the Nerdy Cutie. So those are the choices that I have for you today. You can go ahead and take a deep and cleansing breath. Focus your energy on your solar plexus. Tune into the moment. What are you feeling today? Is it pile number one, pile number two, or pile number three? And you can go directly to the description box below to find your pile, and we are going to go ahead and begin. Okay, pile number one, welcome to your reading. You chose the Sunglasses Queen, and today's reading is called How Will Your Valentine's Day Be for You This Year? We are sneaking and creeping up on February 14th here. And so let's go ahead and see what your day is going to be like and what you can kind of expect for pile number one, please. Let's go ahead for pile number one. Spirit, can you show me Valentine's Day for pile number one for this year, please? Show me Valentine's Day for pile number one. Hope everybody's doing well out there and staying in good spirits. Let's go ahead and find out what your Valentine's Day is going to be like, okay? For some reason, I just got the goat, okay? The goat, which could be the greatest of all time, or it could actually be a goat. When I think of a goat, I think of Capricorn. So let's go ahead and see. Maybe some of you have Capricorn or you're working with a Capricorn, but let's go ahead and see. How will your Valentine's Day be this year for my pile number ones? Okay, ooh, we've got the Page of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I like that. It's very cute, very sweet, fun energy, very youthful, joyful, jolly, sensitive, emotional, tapped in, okay? And it's also my crush card when I'm doing love readings. So the Page of Cups for me as a reader is my someone has a crush on you card. So I think that that's interesting. Somebody's got their eye on you, pile number one. We have Ant Spirit, time to collaborate. Okay, we've got the Four of Swords. We've got the Seven of Wands. We have Claim, make it official, and level up. Okay, now, and it looks like two people are having dinner together. We're sharing a meal together. We have Rack and Booby Lover. Okay, somebody who likes the boobies. Pile number one. We have card number 20, I am harmonious. This is for you. Pile number one, you relate to others on an almost cosmic level. You are dedicated to building harmonious relationships of all kinds. Yes, time to collaborate, you know, and I also see these two embracing here in this card. So perhaps, you know, there'll be a massage. I can see the way that he is rubbing her back. Maybe some of you are thinking of, hey, I might get a massage. I might treat myself. I can see hugs and massages going on here, okay? Four of Swords. Above all, wanting to have a relaxing day. And perhaps some of you have been working really hard and it's been very busy and you've just had to take on so much share of the work at work, or you've just been very overly, you know, just a lot going on. Pile number one. And perhaps you need some time to stop and smell the roses and stop and enjoy yourself and relax a little bit here, okay? And sometimes massages can be interesting, right? Because I don't really think of the Seven of Wands as like a relaxing card per se, but because massages, they can sometimes really get in there and, you know, get your muscles and your knots, and it kind of hurts and it feels like somebody's kind of beating up on you a little bit. But then afterwards, you feel really like lightheaded and you feel really good and relaxed and feel like taking it easy here, okay? It says, I am harmonious. You are dedicated to building harmonious relationships of all kinds. So it's not just romantic relationships, but friendships, collaborations, work, etc. I like the mood of things. The Page of Cups seems pretty positive as far as, you know, the mood of things. You have the ability to persuade others to your point of view by using a gentle means. Okay, by using a very gentle means, you don't even have to be, you know, that it doesn't even have to be that much work is what I'm getting. And I feel like you guys have been putting a lot of work into things recently and needing time to talk to friends, engage in harmonious relationships, go out to dinner perhaps. Here we have the, looks like they're sharing a plate of spaghetti here, okay, and somebody likes the boobies, so that is always welcome. Oh, yep, we have overworked and stressed, okay, and you just want to have a good day. Like, look at this poor thing here. She's biting down on her pencil, and oh, it's been a busy week. Or, you know, maybe October 14th is actually a deadline for you, or there is some work that you need to do, some computer work you need to do, or some tasks that you need to finish on time in order for you to enjoy the day. And it's like, oh, my back is aching. I'm feeling kind of tired. I need a break, okay? And yeah, I think and again, you're laying down here on your back and just kind of enjoying, because I don't think you need anything too high pressured or too intense. I think it's kind of like lay back and enjoy the show, or lay back and let someone else kind of do the things that you like, you know, instead of, because I feel like a lot has been on your guys' plate. We have the boundaries card here, and we've got the hands reaching out and everyone needing something and everybody wanting something. Your actual day of Valentine's Day might be a little bit stressful or having a little bit of work going on. And I'm also seeing a silver necklace with a star on it at the end of it, or like a little shining trinket or a charm or a star. Perhaps some of you may get a little necklace, or you know, a little treat for yourself perhaps here, because I am seeing this little silver necklace and it looks like it's kind of dainty and cute. Okay, so perhaps some of you get a gift as well, or you're just wearing one of your favorite necklaces, or you get a nice compliment on it. But where do you need to establish better boundaries, okay? Because it's like, oh, I'm so tired. Like, I need a rest. Four of Swords. I need a break. Like, I've had a lot of work stress. I've had a lot on my mind. Things have been very busy. And everybody always needs everything from me. And even around Valentine's Day, would you believe it? Pile number one, your boss still wants you to work. Or you still have work to get done, or there's still, you know, more stuff to be done. But it's like, I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to waste my energy. I'm not going to, like, whatever. I'm just going to like chill out, put up my boundaries. Okay. And you guys thinking about your boundaries on this day. Ooh, we've got Neptune. So feeling very, and if you have a person, pile number one, or there is somebody that is in your life, or you guys are into each other, I feel like you're both going to be in the same mood. You're both going to feel like chilling. You're both going to feel like relaxing, eating good food, laying back, enjoying. and kind of escaping from reality is what I feel, in a good way. It's like we need some time to like actually relax and sleep. And I feel perhaps you guys will get a really good night of sleep, or go out for a dinner or something and come home and you're laying down and it's like, okay, let's go. But you're both tired, or you both fall asleep, or you're just, because you're kind of exhausted, right? And I think Valentine's Day this year, I want to say, it's like in the middle of the week, isn't it? I think it's a Thursday or something, I want to say. I believe it is. So it's in the middle of the work week. So that's kind of challenging. But I do feel like you guys are just like, yeah, I need a vacation, or I need some time. And the good news is I feel you and this person are going to be on the same page of wanting to sleep and dream and escape and maybe smoke a little or drink a little or whatever it is that you're into. Maybe you're not into that, but you do like, meditation, or you like floating in a nice bath. Like I could see you guys in a bath as well with this Neptune here, like somebody drawing a bath for you, or taking a really nice, lovely bath. And perhaps going in a hot tub for some of you, like, chilling and, turning off the email, turning off the phone. Like, it's like, yeah, I need to put some, because I feel like Valentine's Day rolls around and you guys are not necessarily, you're not super in the mood because you've been really stressed and there's just been so many plans and there's been so many people. And perhaps, for you guys too, you've got some friends that you're trying to be there for, and you're very supportive, pile number one, with this Page of Cups. And you're just a very loving and supportive person, but I feel like you're not going to have a bad time. And maybe you always get a little bit sensitive or nervous or worried around Valentine's Day. I don't think you're going to have a bad time. I think you're actually going to enjoy yourself, okay? And perhaps here with Claim and Make It Official, Level Up, some of you will be leveling up in your relationship. And it's like, I wasn't really sure how this person felt about me or if they were really into me. But lo and behold, they've been fantasizing about me. I've been fantasizing about them. And we both like each other. So there we go. Ooh, I love it. Look at this. Rest. Okay. And for those of you who are single and you do kind of have your eye on someone, but it's not, official or set in stone or anything like that, I think Valentine's Day may be a time for you to say, well, how would I have a relationship anyway when I'm always busy, I'm always stressed, I'm always working, I always have 1,000 things going on. Like, I really do need to have better boundaries. I do need to have time to relax and enjoy myself, and I need rest and healing. Neptune is very much about healing. I do need rest and healing. And maybe that's, for those of you that aren't dating anyone and you're just kind of flying solo, I do see the time leading up to Valentine's Day is busy and there's a lot going on. And so perhaps on the day of it yourself, you're like, you know what? I don't know how this person, I'm not sure. I don't know. Like, I feel sometimes you guys are like, I don't really know what's happening in my love life. Okay, pile number one, that's okay. That's all right. But, Neptune is also a dissolver of boundaries, and this card is talking about boundaries. So that's pretty funny to me, because I do think you guys need to have, you're working on your boundaries when it comes to work, when it comes to effort, when it comes to the things that you agree to. And sometimes it's easy like to get involved in a relationship or a work situation or a friendship, and it's like all the boundaries go out the window, and then we end up feeling stressed and overwhelmed. And so the advice here is to rest, and I think that that's fascinating, that, you know, maybe you guys need some sleep on Valentine's Day. You're like, I need some motherfucking sleep. I need some food. I need a bath. I need to tell who's ever been on my ass that, hey, I have to take a rest. I need a massage. Okay. And the thing is I feel you guys don't want to disappoint anybody with this I am harmonious, and you're always wanting to stay on top of things, but it's just been too much lately. You do need to take some time out. You take some time to relax. Healing needs to take place. Okay, so healing does need to take place. Relaxation does need to take place, and boundaries do need to go up so that you can disconnect, is what I feel. Pile number one, whatever way you like to disconnect. Oh my gosh, isn't that funny? We have Sun in Virgo. Okay, endeavor. And look at these people are working. And perhaps some of you came from a family where people were always working, or your dad or your grandpa or whoever, they're always working, or there's always this huge emphasis on work, your value kind of being tied to your work and to, you know, what you can get done in a day. And it's just, it's a lot, you know. And the thing is some of you may, on Valentine's Day, your actual day of Valentine's Day, you may end up having some big, like I said, some big projects going on, to whereas when you get done with the day, you're like, I just want to eat some food and relax, you know, pamper me, treat me, like I just need to take a break. Okay, I don't want it to feel like work. And so everybody loves a relaxed queen. You know what I'm saying, pile number one? You guys really do need it too. You need some time off. And here's the thing, it says you reap what you sow on this card, Sun in Virgo, which makes you feel like if you put anything down for like 5 seconds, that everything's gonna fall apart, or that if you're not constantly working or busy or doing things, that, you know, you're just not a worthwhile human being. But of course we know our value is not tied to that, and we all need time to sleep and to dream and to relax, okay? Ooh, we have the moon. Disconnect from reality. We have the 8 of Wands. You know what's interesting about you guys is you get like a little bit of time to disconnect. You get one good night of sleep. You get a little bit of time to disconnect and kind of be in your own world and things like that. And boom, you're back in business. Boom, you've got your energy back. It takes some time. And I feel you guys need to be careful with the caffeine. Pile number one, you're sensitive right now, or your system is sensitive. So you really do need to be careful with the stimulants or overstimulating yourself. Okay, we've got the Chariot here, and we've got the Page of Pentacles. And I feel like it starts off, Valentine's Day starts off with like, maybe not a clear plan with the Moon card. Like there's not a very much of a clear plan maybe at first, and maybe you're fine with that because you do need sleep and relaxation. But at the last minute, an invitation pops up from this Page of Pentacles, and or a plan pops up, and you end up going somewhere, or you end up like leaving your house, or you end up having someone over at your place. And I do feel like food is shared, and but it's low key. It's low key. It doesn't have to be some major, you know, thing. It doesn't have I feel like you guys are like, yeah, I need a low key night, all right? And something relaxing. And I feel like somebody comes through at the last minute with a good idea. Perhaps it's a friend, or a lover, or somebody comes through with an idea and is like, also I feel for those of you that have siblings, like a sister or a brother, particularly those of you who have a sister that you're very close to, or perhaps like a best friend that's like a sister. I do see perhaps you guys agreeing to go do something or spending time together. And, you know, just leaving the house is an accomplishment, right? Because I feel like you guys start off like not even feeling like you want to go anywhere. Then there's like a sudden, you think you're in for the night, but then there's a sudden change of plans and it's like, okay, I guess I'm going. And you then go with the chariot and it's nice. It's comfortable. It's comfy. It's not, you know, there's not like insane expectations. There's not, it's a relaxed day, I feel, but it's fun. And, you know, you hear from somebody that you like talking to and it's like, okay, well, let's talk, or let's go here, or let's try to keep it low key. And actually you may end up just going over to this person's house and they make you dinner, or they come over to your place. Because I feel like you're kind of in no mood to really make anybody dinner or anything, pile number one. You're pretty tuckered out. So I feel somebody could actually be coming to you, or you go to their place and they make you dinner. But it could, I'm just sensing kind of a low-key vibe. And I think that that is okay for everybody involved. Have a relaxing evening, pile number one. And if you know, there's no one that you really want to spend the day with, then I feel like you're like, you know what, I'm just going to be in my bathrobe and I'll be relaxing and in bed early. And then at like the last minute, there's a plan that pops through, or you decide, oh, you know, I guess I will go and meet this person for a quick drink, or I guess I will, you know, go over to their house and have a bite to eat or something. But it's low key, okay? And it's nice. It's actually nice. And for those of you that are into massages and dinners, and I do see a little silver necklace with a little star, a little diamond star on the end of it. So perhaps some of you will get a cute little gift as well. So pile number one, that is what I am getting for you, my friends. I hope that that reading resonated for you. I don't think it's going to be the worst Valentine's Day ever, I'll tell you that much. It seems fine to me, okay? So pile number one, that is what I am getting for you, my loves. I'd like to hear your thoughts, your comments, and your feedback if you'd like to share them in the comments. And have a beautiful, wonderful day. Take care now. Let's move on to pile number two. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the Naughty Devil, and today's reading is called How Will Your Valentine's Day Be This Year for You? So let's go ahead and see for my pile in number twos. How will Valentine's Day be for you this year for my pile number twos? Every year, right? It's always different. I always love Valentine's Day because my dog's birthday is on Valentine's Day. So she's an Aquarius. Let's go ahead and see. How is pile number two's birthday? Oh my gosh, I almost said birthday. Maybe some of you have a birthday coming up, but how is pile number two's Valentine's Day gonna be, please? How is pile number two's Valentine's Day going to be? How's it gonna be? Okay, ooh, Ace of Wands. Hey now, with my Naughty Devils in pile number two. Okay, I like that. Determined to have fun no matter what. So determined to light it on fire. I'll tell you what, pile number two, anybody who's lucky enough to spend Valentine's Day with you is very lucky indeed, because I do think you guys keep it hot and you keep it spicy. We have here Dragonfly Spirit, Truth Transcends Illusion, okay? And we have the Queen of Pentacles here. Ooh, I love that. Okay, now, little foot worship going on the Queen of Pentacles here. Somebody really likes your feet or thinks your feet are beautiful and lovely, or your legs are gorgeous and sexy, okay? And let's see what else. We have the Nine of Swords here. And we have drained, nothing left, and falling asleep. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well then, Victoria's Secrets, see-through lingerie. Well, like I said, I feel like you guys could really, you know, could really be throwing it down on Valentine's Day, and really like looking good. I feel like with this Queen of Pentacles too, really looking good and really looking sexy, looking good, looking beautiful. You've got your lingerie on. I mean, you guys are going all out, it kind of looks like. And then you're at the point where perhaps the person that you're with, or maybe pile number 2. Let's get some more cards out, but I got something on my mind here. We've got card number 333 or 333. You're being called upon to use your spiritual gifts as a light worker, assisting all of humanity. Live your truth and be a positive light to others. I am powerful. Okay, I actually think for some of you, the person that you're connecting with on Valentine's Day may be having a lower energy type of a day, or maybe feeling like have performance anxiety, or may just be having a lower energy type of a day. But I feel like you are coming through as a very powerful, dominating force, and that your energy actually like enlivens other people's energy, okay? Or that, you know, being around you is exciting, and being around you does lift people's spirits. I feel pile number 2, and you are powerful, and you do have a very powerful sexuality. And I feel like, you know, with the Queen of Pentacles, like you look perfect, you look beautiful, you look decadent, divine, rich, magnificent. You look all of that, okay? And, you know, I do see a lot of good appreciation for yourself. Like, hey, I do look good. Hey, I did put on this, you know, lingerie set. Hey, I did try on some of my old, you know, lingerie, or I bought this lingerie, or, you know, and I look good in it. And if somebody else is feeling like a little drained, or feeling like they're having a little bit trouble performing or whatever, it could be because they're really tired, or they're really exhausted, or, you know what I mean? Don't let it reflect on you or your confidence. I want to say pile number 2. And I'm not saying that it's not going to be fun, or it couldn't be nice or something like that, but I also feel like somebody's in their head a lot with the 9 of Swords. Like, this person's in their head a lot, you're in your head a lot. I think it's really important to kind of look at yourself in the mirror on Valentine's Day, whether you're with someone or not, and be like, damn, I look good. Damn, you know, I've got it going on. Like, my legs are shaved, they feel smooth, I look good, my face looks good, I did my skincare routine, you know, my eyes, my lips, everything is looking good, hair looking good. And, you know, the truth is, right, with this truth transcends illusion here, the truth is that my worth is not predicated upon anybody else's effort, or anybody else's like ability to kind of get it up, or get it moving, or get it going, or, you know, because I feel there is, with the Ace of Wands, there is like, you know, I want to be like taken and seized, and, you know, passion. I want passion to flow through my veins. And as the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like you guys are very motivated to create that experience for yourself, but the other person on the receiving end may be a little bit under the weather, just not feeling well, not in a great place mentally, like, you know, but just realize that your vibe is very powerful, and the energy you carry is very powerful, pile number 2, and you do have the ability to kind of raise the mood, is what I feel. Okay, and we have solitude here. I am powerful. even in solitude, okay? And if there is a situation with a person who is really been in your head a lot, or just you don't know and you've spent a lot of Valentine's days alone, or this person is needing some time alone, or you're needing some time alone, or they're needing some time alone, it doesn't take away from the beauty that you are, okay? It doesn't take away from the power, the energy, and the beauty that is you, okay? And we don't always need somebody else sitting there next to us to validate that. And some of you may, get dressed up or get ready, or it might be a good idea to make yourself up, get dressed up, looking hot, looking sexy. And even if you are by yourself, go grab a drink somewhere, go take a walk, or just admire yourself and admire how far you've come, and write, a letter of appreciation to yourself. Hey, I'm hot and powerful because of these reasons, all right? Even if you feel like, oh, this person canceled plans, or I'm spending this time alone, okay? We have Mini Tonkin, longing for home, belonging, and the original light workers. And this does talk about light workers here as well. So now we have two messages of light working in your reading. On this card, it's talk about using your spiritual gifts as a light worker to assist all of humanity, and to live your truths and be a positive light to other people. And don't let other people's uncertainty or mental energy kind of like drain you. And some of you may feel kind of like a little alone, pile number 2, and a little like wishing to be at home for those of you that are traveling, or there may be some homesickness there, or you're just kind of feeling, because I feel you're very spiritual, pile number 2, like you are, and there is a very spiritual side to you, and I feel like you really long for that spiritual partner, for that equal who can really match you on all the levels, okay? And I feel like maybe there's a little bit of fear here too, where it's like, okay, if I get all ready and I get all presentable and things like that, but then that person stands me up, or they're not around, and it just makes me feel down, or it makes me feel drained. Okay, I do think it's good to keep the vibes up as much as you can, and keep your energy high and keep your vibes up to the extent that you can possible. And because you are looking good, and you are powerful, and you are bringing it. You're bringing the fire, pile number 2, okay? I just feel like you wish that Valentine's Day, like your wish is that Valentine's Day would be more passionate, or would be more, maybe some of you are missing your lover as well, for those of you who are not with your lover because there's distance or time or space or things like that, and you're missing out, or you feel like you're missing that person. And I feel like they miss you too. Maybe both of you are alone on Valentine's Day, pile number 2, and that's hard. But I do feel like you are very powerful. Live your truth and be a positive light for other people, okay? And don't let anybody drain your energy. We have Jupiter, Uranus here. So seeing the good in a situation that is a little different, or isn't, maybe it's a little bit unconventional, right? And staying positive, even if something feels a little bit unconventional or a little bit different. But I do feel like, it's interesting with Jupiter, Uranus, because we are going to have a, once in every 14 or so years, Jupiter and Uranus conjunction this year in 2024. And we're going to start that conjunction is already building, and it's going to be getting even closer. even closer as we get to middle of March, end of March, and then the conjunction between Jupiter and Uranus becomes exact on April 20th of this year. And I feel like this is kind of a sign for you guys as well, to say that maybe, you know, this Valentine's Day isn't everything you ever dreamed of, and you wish it was like really passionate and fiery and things like that. But you're feeling more inwardly focused, or you're feeling more like independent and inwardly focused, and also sensitive with the dragonfly spirit feeling very like sensitive and spiritual and connected, wanting to feel that connection as one, like that unified connection or kind of merging of energies, of spiritual energies. But I feel like the best time for you guys, actually a better time for you guys, is in April, or around the time of this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, which really starts to heat up in late March, all the way into and to the end of April, pretty much. Because I feel like there's a really exciting opportunity for you at that time, and an opportunity to change something or to make something new. And it feels very fortunate, and it could have to do with where you live. It could have to do with your travels. It could have to do with some really positive news that you receive. It could have to do with just you're feeling better. You're just feeling, and perhaps maybe some of you are like, yeah, you know, I have been feeling kind of drained lately, and I have been missing home, and I have felt kind of alone, and I have had to remind myself that I'm a powerful person and that I'm here for a purpose, you know? And I feel like things really start to feel a little bit better for you guys. So even if this Valentine's Day isn't the like, whoa, shoot for the moon, the best thing that ever happened to you, just keep in mind that in April, like, you know, towards the end of April, end of May, end of March, end of April, there could be a very lovely shift for you at that time. We have Ankh, purpose of life. You have so much to live for. So this isn't just about, you know, relationships. Like, there's a deeper spiritual journey happening. There's inner development. There's changes on an inner level. There's embracing your purpose and your path in life, pile number 2, that is really calling to you right now, okay? And, you know, perhaps with the Queen of Pentacles and Nine of Swords, Valentine's Day creates a little bit of uneasiness in you because you're not sure how you're going to feel on the day, or what your mental state is going to be, or how the other person is going to be, etc. They may be feeling very drained and needing time alone. You may be feeling that way. But at the same time, I do feel like, you know, take some time to appreciate the beautiful human that is you, and appreciate all the gifts that you do have in your life, because you're very intelligent. You're spiritually evolved, pile number 2. You're beautiful. You've got a beautiful face. You've got a beautiful soul. Like, there's so many things, right? And sometimes we do need to take some time out to kind of be on our own and reflect on those things. And perhaps, you know, you guys have been reflecting on these things during this entire winter time, right? And let's not forget, Valentine's Day is in the middle of winter. You know, we're still technically in winter, so it might not be time to come out of our caves quite yet, pile number 2. But I do feel like, you know, April, end of March, April is going to be a much more perhaps exciting time for you, okay? And it could have to do with your life purpose. And, you know, sometimes Valentine's Day is really hard for people mentally, because we feel like we're not valuable, or like we don't matter in society if we're not like with someone, or there's all this pressure to like live this regimented lifestyle, or be this, you know, be in this kind of relationship or whatever. But Spirit really wanting you guys to focus on the spiritual, and to really pay attention to your spiritual life right now and your spiritual development. Yeah, we have Sun in Sagittarius and adventure. stride out into new territory. Oop, and look, there's another person there in the background in the distance, okay? And somebody's in the distance for you, pile number 2. And it may not be, it may feel like it's far away, or it may feel like you and this person are far away from each other, and it's making you feel kind of unsteady, or it's making you feel kind of up and down about it. But I do feel like there is a longing between you and this person, and there is a sense of a belonging between you and this person, and there is a shared spirituality there. But I do also feel like it's important for you guys, I mean, to think with a big picture. Use some big picture thinking to kind of visualize where you'd like to be in the next 3 to 4 years, you know? And you've been in kind of like a winter phase, but I do feel like it's going to be time to stride out into new territory. And think of this Valentine's Day as a reset. If it's not everything you want it to be, then just realize like you're starting over at square one, Ace of Wands, and there's still plenty of time to explore your passions, whether that's, you know, your life purpose, your spiritual passions. We have the 4 of Cups. Okay, this is interesting. We've got the Queen of Swords. Okay, pile number 2. I feel like some of you are going to hear from someone on Valentine's Day, but you don't like that person, or they're not like, it could be somebody you dated a couple times, or an ex, or somebody kind of quote unquote reaching out, and you're like, you know what? I'm actually better off alone, or I'm actually not, like, I don't actually want to talk to this person. And this could be somebody that you already wrote off in the past, or someone that you already rejected, or somebody that you really don't have the same feelings for anymore. And you may have a feeling about this person like, well, if I was bored, I guess I could kind of like entertain it. But I actually feel like you're happier kind of by yourself, doing your own thing, kind of in your own emotional world, rather than talking to this person from your past, okay? You're kind of like, I'm not really feeling it. But with this Queen of Swords, I also feel like there is someone that you're expecting to reach out to you, pile number 2, and maybe that person doesn't communicate or doesn't show up the way you want. And I feel you're kind of pissed, you know? And that happens sometimes when like, it's like the people that we don't want to reach out, but the person that we want to hear from doesn't reach out, you know? And that's irritating, you know, that is very irritating. And I feel like you know what, here's the thing, pile number 2, I'm a big stickler, like, and you don't have to be the same as me, but you know, if somebody doesn't reach out on someone's birthday and say, hey, happy birthday, like, or hey, happy holidays, and this is somebody you're dating or you're talking to, or it's gone beyond like having, you know, it's not just like you went out on 1 or 2 dates. It's deeper than that, right? If it's deeper than that and you don't hear anything from that person, but you do hear from somebody you don't really care about hearing from, then it's kind of, you know, it's kind of can piss a person off, you know? And I kind of feel like there is someone that wants to reach out, but they're feeling drained or tired, or they don't know what to say, or now it's too late, so now they feel weird and they don't know what to say. Okay, so there's kind of some of that energy going on here. We have the 4 of Pentacles and the 7 of Wands, okay? And there's kind of a vibe here of I'm feeling very, you know, I'm getting somebody who's being very stubborn and is kind of stuck in the same position as they have been stuck in. And then you get the sense of somebody who is willing to fight for something or is willing to do the hard work necessary. And then another person who isn't really budging or has a lot of excuses for why they can't do something. You know what I mean? And I feel like that annoys you a lot, pile number 2, because I feel like you're not a person who, if you're, because I feel with the Queen of Pentacles, you guys are very committed to what you want. Like you stay very committed to it, maybe to a fault sometimes, you know, but Sagittarius does teach us about being a little bit more flexible with our plans and our goals and our ambitions, and widening our vision, because widening our vision to bigger possibilities in our life and to change, because it's like, you know, a person can keep fighting for something, but if the other person doesn't see the value, then what's the point? You know, and it's a frustrating energy of fighting, but not really fighting for something, but not really moving forward on something. And then the other person, you know, the other person not putting in as much effort. And so, and I feel like this person could, pile number 2, this person could have money issues going on, or they could have work issues, money issues going on, worries, things like that going on, pressures that are making them feel very drained, okay? And again, I kind of feel like this person has a lot of excuses sometimes, like there always is something going on. It's like, and I feel like you kind of see through those excuses, pile number 2 with the Queen of Swords here. And if this person tries to reach out like a few days after Valentine's Day or something and tell you, oh, you know, I meant to reach out, but I was, you know, busy. I had work. I had this. I had that. You know, I feel this person is feeling very defensive, and I feel they don't like to be questioned for the allocation of their time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they don't really like to be questioned on that, or questioned a million times on a bunch of different things when they feel like everything is already very hard and challenging. So, and yeah, this person could be having money, work issues, problems that really don't involve you. Let me just say, pile number 2, these are problems that don't involve you. And the interesting thing about that is I feel you guys are very keen, you're very smart, and you're good problem solvers, okay? And you're good at helping other people solve their problems. You're good at listening, you're good at giving advice, you're good at all of that. But I feel like this person does reach out to you, but it could be a day or two after Valentine's Day, or it could be like later on or something, and they have some excuse or they have some reasoning for it. And I kind of feel like you guys are pissed off, and you do see through it, and you're a little pissed at yourself, I feel, slightly, because you're like, well, why did I let this get to me so much? Or why does this person kind of always make me feel this way? Or why did I wait? You know, why did I wait when I could have been doing something else? Okay. It's interesting because I do feel like this Valentine's Day may help you guys like make up your mind about something with the Queen of Swords. And, you know, with the Four of Cups, you're kind of in your emotions. You feel in your emotions, and someone texts you or reaches out or emails, but it's not who you want it to be. So you start to get a little feisty. And I do feel like this person is, you know, I feel like they're a little scared. Honestly, they're acting like it's something else, or that they're just exhausted and drained. And But I honestly feel like when they reach out to you or something, they feel like a little bit sorry, but at the same time, I just feel you guys are not buying it. You're not buying it, okay? And I mean, whew. And you guys are like, okay, I'm not. And again, I'm just looking at your naughty devil, and, you know, the devil is a red devil and looks a little pissed off too, you know? And you may end up calling someone out on their excuses or taking them to task. Okay. But at the end of the day, I really don't think, yeah, rejection is on the bottom of the deck. So it feels kind of like, even though this has nothing to do with you, it does kind of feel a little rejecting, and Spirit just wanting you guys to know better times are ahead. Jupiter, Uranus, opportunities, an opportunity to change something and fix something, and that you're being called in a particular way with your spiritual gifts, and that is truly what you need to focus on right now, and that's truly where Spirit wants your effort, your mind, and your energy. And if you are feeling a sense of rejection, or perhaps you guys are going to be rejecting somebody on Valentine's Day too, that person that reaches out that you don't really want to hear from, I do feel like you may hand out a rejection or two on Valentine's Day, but at the same time, you don't really want to hear anybody's bullshit excuses either. And I totally get it. I completely get it. And I feel like, you know, be a good custodian of your own time and effort with the Queen of Pentacles, and like make plans for yourself or do your own thing, and expect that somebody may not fully come through. But because what happens is we get our expectations up, and then we get like really let down or things like that, you know. But I want you guys to stay sharp and to stay keen. And I'm not saying you can't have good expectations, but I do feel like things are going to change for the better come March, April of this year. So if this isn't the Valentine's Day that you envision, pile number 2, just kind of, you know, hang on there, my loves, okay? Because I do feel things will get better for you in other areas of your life too, not just in love, okay? So pile number 2, that is what I am getting for you, my loves. Thank you so much, and I'd love to hear your thoughts, your comments, and your feedback. Let's go ahead and move on to pile number 3. Okay. All right. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the nerdy cutie, and I do love this emoji here. Very nice, pile number 3 for the nerdy cutie. And today's question is, how will your Valentine's Day be for this year for you? How is your Valentine's Day gonna pan out this year? Okay, let's go ahead. I was telling pile number 2, I love Valentine's Day because it's my dog's birthday. So no matter what was ever going on in my life, like relationship-wise, etc., I always looked forward to Valentine's Day because it was my dog's birthday. So let's go ahead for my pile number 3s for the nerdy cuties who came here to pile number 3, and see what can pile number 3 expect for Valentine's Day, please. What can pile number 3 expect for Valentine's Day? What can pile number 3? There we go. Ooh, I hope it's good, pile number 3. Okay. It's so funny. It's the 8 of Cups. She's like, no, don't tell me. I don't want to know. And I was my same feeling while I was shuffling your cards is, I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I don't want to see anything bad. No, don't show me. But let's go ahead and see what you have here, okay? If anything, it's going to be a lot better than last year or the year before, because I feel like some of you guys had a really shitty Valentine's Day, like the year before, or the year, like last year or the year before that, or you've just had some really shitty ones. So I feel like you guys are like, as long as it isn't like you know, like whatever year, like 2018 or 2008, or like like it wasn't like one of those years or something, I'll be okay. I just can't have it be like that. All right. So let's see what else. We have starfish. Ooh, open to infinite possibility. Yeah. As long as it's not like those shitty years, why not? Right? Pile number 3. We have here, we've got the 6 of Cups. Okay, now. And the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, I love that. That looks comfy. That looks snuggy and comfy. Snuggy baby, snuggy comfy babies in pile number 3. I do like that. Yeah, and what's interesting is we have card 59 and then we have 61. So maybe there are some people who are in their 50s or early 60s watching the reading, but I am seeing, or maybe someone has 59 in their phone number or 61 in their phone number, or lives in apartment 59 or 61, or street number 5961. But that's interesting. Open to infinite possibilities and good vibes and comfy energy. Ace of Pentacles. And you know what? Here's the thing. I don't think it has to be some over-the-top thing. I think the biggest thing for you guys is you just want to be with someone where it feels like the energy is growing in a positive direction and you feel comfortable, safe, and at home with that person. And as long as you have that energy, then you're good, okay? Ooh, we have the chair and on top. All right, well, maybe some of you are going to be sitting on a chair, or someone's going to be sitting on you, or you're sitting on them, but okay now. We have pinned, and then we have holding hands down, okay? So pinning somebody down by their hands. But look at this sweet kiss. That's a really cute, you know, he's kind of holding her hands down, but he's looking over her and kissing her cheek, and she's got the biggest smile on her face, okay? And anything could happen. Open to infinite possibilities and good vibes. And you know what? I do love the energy of like holding hands or kisses on the cheek, this type of thing, or, you know, straddling somebody, sitting on their lap. They've got their arms around you. They're hugging you. For some of you, you may have something new that's just starting out with this Ace of Pentacles. And Valentine's Day seems kind of cute for you guys this year. But let's go ahead and see what we've got. We've got card 30. Okay, so we could have some people around the age 30. It says, you are an original, an innovative thinker, and an excellent communicator. You have great talent for using creativity to convey your ideas and an optimistic attitude that has an uplifting effect on others. I am imaginative. Okay, and I feel sometimes maybe in the past with this 8 of Cups, like your imagination got away with you. Maybe you were kind of like paranoid of something, or you didn't see something for the truth, or you know, maybe at times in your life, you're like, yeah, I do have a very creative, active imagination. And perhaps some of you here are artists type folks, or creative professions or things like that, or you just have a really overactive imagination. And it's like, yeah, I have an active imagination. And sometimes in the past, I've shot myself in the foot with my overactive imagination. And I just feel like you guys are saying, I'm okay with Valentine's Day as long as I'm not sitting on the couch by myself looking at old pictures of me and an ex, you know? And pile number 3, we're not going to let that happen, okay? Because we're not going back to those old memories to go, blah, 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 you know, all of that. It's like planting the foundation for a cute, nice future ahead, okay? We have caught in a fantasy. I am imaginative. And yeah, I do feel like in the past, this could have been a problem for you guys. And sometimes, you know, but I feel you're coming out of this, okay? I do feel like you're doing better these days. I feel like, yes, you have a really high imaginative quotient. Like, you are very creative and imaginative, and you've just been working on in your life using that to your advantage in a positive way, instead of like, getting caught up in something that isn't real or doesn't reflect reality, okay? And sometimes Valentine's Day can be hard because people do start going back and looking at, old pictures, old memories, and they kind of forget what was wrong with that person in the first place. Like, oh, oh, we had so much in common. We had so much fun. Oh, look at our pictures together. Oh, they're so cute, or whatever. And oh, look at that one where they were kissing me or hugging me. And look at that one that selfie that we took together, and, that type of stuff, pile number 3. But I think it's real important to stay, focused and grounded with the Ace of Pentacles, because there could be some really nice things coming in for you, okay? And I do feel like you guys are open to what may come, all right? Open to infinite possibility, but in a good way, not like in a bad way. We have here Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Oh my goodness. And maybe there's that old doubt with the 8 of Cups here that sticks with you sometimes, where you're like doubting if something is real or not, or, if the cute like energy that you're sharing with someone is real. I do feel you guys could have a really cute makeout session, cuddle session, curl up with someone. Really a person making you smile. I see a flower here too as well, like somebody bringing you a single red rose or bringing you a flower. And the most important thing is that you feel loved, okay? And that you feel appreciated and loved. And that's what it is at the end of the day. We have Mercury, Chiron, okay? And I do feel like there's the potential for some conversations, or for some healing conversations that kind of clear up, some things that were said in the past, and an opportunity to address and maybe address and discuss any pains or hardships or hurts from the past, okay? And I mean, communication is so important, right? In relationships, it's so very important. Even in those times when we don't really want to hear, there's a lot of times, like as human beings, we don't want to hear it. So we keep putting off a conversation, or we keep avoiding a conversation, right? And, there is like a whole thing of like being kind of caught up in the moment, but avoiding a conversation. And I don't know if Valentine's Day is really the time to have I don't know, you guys, like I'm almost, if you do feel like you're caught up in a fantasy, pile number 3, then I don't know, on Valentine's Day, I'm kind of like, let it play out. Have good feelings, enjoy the vibe. Like, because you do look like you're smiling and having a good time. So why bring up like painful shit from the past, or why drag out, painful things from the past? Why not just enjoy the moment? You know what I mean? And I mean, it's not like you can't bring things up on a different day. It's not like you can't address if there's any communication problems, like that they couldn't be, or ways of thinking that, for those of you that are like, yeah, sometimes I think the worst, or sometimes I automatically assume the worst from the other person, and I don't really want to allow myself to be happy because I'm afraid of getting disappointed and hearing what I don't want to hear. I would say try to relax and enjoy Valentine's Day. We have Lemuria here, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Enjoy the day, and if there is a moment where you feel like you want to bring up a possibly challenging conversation or talk about something that hurt you in the past and go a little bit deeper with your emotions. We'll see. Let me check on this one for you, pile number 3, because let's see. Let's get a little more information out and see if this is the right time for that or not, okay? Okay, it's not the right time. It's just what I was feeling, okay? Because on one hand, I don't want you guys to avoid conversations that need to happen, even if something is challenging to hear, or if you need to address something important. Tell somebody about your past or a situation, or share, some of your like deeper childhood experiences or woundings. And for those of you who kind of are an open book and you do like sharing, or for those of you where you used to be that way, but now you've gotten more closed down because of the things in the past, and being too open with people and then finding yourself caught up in a fantasy and getting hurt because of it. I just feel like, and perhaps some of you have actually gone through a breakup on Valentine's Day before, because this Mercury Chiron is like, kind of like, receiving bad news or having to deal with bad news on a Valentine's Day. And maybe you guys have gotten, bad news before on a Valentine's Day. I don't think it's going to happen this Valentine's Day, pile number 3. And and here it says here, steps. Take your time, no need to rush. I don't think you need to get into I say enjoy the day, okay? The day is what you make it, right? Open to infinite possibility, and, creating heaven on earth. It's happening as a good thing is happening, okay? But then there's that doubt, and there's where we start saying things that perhaps, the other person says things that makes us question ourselves, or we start saying things. I would just leave that, or if you're going to go into a big story about something that hurt you or happened in the past or whatever, I would just leave it for now, okay? I don't think you really need to go there. It says take your time. You don't need to rush. And if you are needing to have a conversation and you're a little afraid of that conversation, I would say take a little bit more time, take a little bit more time with it. And I'm all for you guys having like a cutesy Valentine's Day of flirting, and somebody brings you a rose and they give you a kiss and you smile. I'm all for like a PG-13 Valentine's Day for you guys, pile number 3. Like, it doesn't have to be some crazy thing. And maybe you guys are like, yeah, no, I do need to watch myself because I don't want to fall head over heels or get caught up in a fantasy and all of this and say things or like sabotage myself when it comes to pushing an issue too soon or whatever, or communication that goes messed up. I would not read into the communication too much at this time, because this person could be a person that likes to take their time and likes to, follow the path and take their time and doesn't like to rush. And, there's no need to rush, right? You're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. Don't let, anxieties or things like that get the best of you and then kind of say something you regret. And hopefully they don't do the same thing either. Like they don't, get too in their head and start thinking about what could go wrong. Like, we don't really want to do that. We just want to take our time with things and have a cute, fun time together. And I do think that that's really possible with the 6 of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. It could be a really nice, cute time. And you do have a really big smile on your face right here, pile number 3, okay? So the key is to take things step by step by step and not rush into anything, okay? We have Moon in Virgo and contentment here. The chance to boost health and vitality leads to satisfaction. And actually, the full moon, there is a full moon in Virgo in the month of February. And I forget what day it's on, but perhaps the full moon in Virgo, Spirit's really calling that out. I think it's later in the month, I want to say, that the full moon in Virgo is. Like later in the month, maybe around the 23rd or something like that. But I also think that could be a really good time as well. And I do think, mental health is important with Mercury Chiron, like, mental health, taking care of one's mental health and physical health. Okay, especially, Mercury does have to do with the nervous system, asthma, hands and shoulders. For any of you that are having issues with that particular area of your body, your lungs, your arms, your fingers, stress or overwhelm, or your nerves have been kind of shot. Like, I do think it could be a really nice time. And I do think that there's some good times later on in the month of February that Spirit's calling out right now. That's just saying, just keep your mental health like balanced and keep yourself in balance, because there'll be a good opportunity towards, I feel like the end of February, for you guys to boost your health and vitality. And I like contentment, because I do think you can feel very content on Valentine's Day as well. Like, it's just a nice content feeling. We don't have to go into contentious conversations. We don't have to bring up old stuff. We don't have to pressure things, right? We can just, I feel like you guys are sensitive right now, pile number 3. So just take your time. No need to rush. Moon in Virgo, the need to be kind of, practical with one's feelings, and the need to be measured and practical and take your steps and take your time. And the person that you are liking, or the person that you may end up talking to, they may have a moon in Virgo, or may have Virgo in their chart in some way, or maybe you do. But it's like, and I was actually feeling more like Pisces energy or something like that in this reading, but could be Virgo, Pisces. But what I'm just saying is, you have the opportunity to feel like you're making healthy choices, and it is boosting your mental and physical health. And so just, calming down and taking it easy, and going out into nature too. I mean, Virgo is a very much like a nature sign, and we do have Lemuria here with all this beautiful scenery. Maybe it would be nice, and with the Ace of Pentacles too, maybe it would be nice to take in some nature together, or watch the sunset together, or watch a sunrise together, or take a walk in the moonlight. That could be really beautiful and wonderful. And if you are feeling the need to release, something that's mentally heavy, or challenging thoughts or emotions, you can go ahead and journal those. I don't think it's necessary to share everything and anything with this person at this point. I think keep it light, and keep yourself, healthy, pile number 3, okay? Let's see, take care of your physical health is another thing here. Ooh, we've got the High Priestess. I like this a lot. Ooh, that's sexy. Look at you guys. Beautiful energy. And no wonder I was getting that, type of Pisces energy, or, very, very spiritually connected, meditative, sensitive, okay? Very, very sensitive. And, it's easy for you guys sometimes. I feel like it's like the devil on your shoulder, but then also like the angel on your shoulder, and you kind of have to decide what line you're going to walk. Like, what way am I going to go here? And I say take the chill route, pile number 3, okay? And you are feeling, oh, look at the Ace of Pentacles again. Wow, the Ace of Pentacles twice. And it's about, like, because you guys are very sensitive and psychically sensitive, your psychic sensitivity does show up in your body, and it does show up in any, ailments or anything. Like, there really truly is a very strong mind-body connection for you, I feel, pile number 3, and you are very sensitive. And it may be more of like a hugging and a kissing and a making out type of a night for those of you that are coupled up, rather than, a full-on crazy night. But take your time, Ace of Pentacles. You're mentally, emotionally, and physically sensitive, pile number 3. So just take your time and don't rush it. We have the 9 of Pentacles, and you've really learned how to be happy with your own company, is what I feel. And you've really learned to be content in your hobbies and your interests and the things that you're working on. We also have the 6 of Pentacles here, and some of you may have to work on Valentine's Day. I know it is on a Thursday this year, and for those of you that work in medicine or work in health, I do see, looks like we have a nurse here who is helping somebody, okay, and working late. Some of you may be celebrating Valentine's Day later because you are working on that day. But it's really important for your life's work and your life's mission to honor your hobbies and your interests, and to be of service to people, okay? Because you are a caretaker, you are a giver, I feel, pile number 3, but at the same time, you are very sensitive. So we need to take very baby steps. And I do feel, not baby steps, I don't mean to make it sound like that. I mean, just take normal steps, okay? It doesn't have to be tiny little baby steps, but also just be honoring yourself. And some of you may have to work, like I said, on Valentine's Day, or you may end up working a late shift or taking another shift, or the person that you're wanting to spend time with has to work late, and so you reschedule for a different day or for the weekend or something. But ultimately, I feel like it's really important for you guys to be of service in some type of way, and to be adding something of value to the community, is what I feel. And it keeps you on the straight and narrow spiritually, okay? And yeah, I mean, there's been many Valentine's Days, I feel, where you guys maybe spent them alone, or you worked, or you helped a friend who was in a lot of pain or going through a lot of trouble, okay? And I feel like the universe wants to bless you for doing all of that, because I do feel like you're a person that really cares about other people and really kind of takes on the emotions of other people around you. And I could see some of you also stepping up to help a friend, or being there for a friend who is going through a really hard time as well, because of their, romantic situation, okay? But ultimately, I feel like you guys are looking very, very gorgeous with this High Priestess energy, and there is something new waiting to sprout in your life, and it could be really sweet, and it could be really cute. You may hear some news, okay, with this Mercury Chiron. Some of you may hear some news about around Valentine's Day, maybe not on Valentine's Day, but around Valentine's Day, of a sick relative, or a sick sibling, or I feel like they're okay and it ends up okay, but some of you could get some tough news on that day about somebody's health or vitality or well-being, and all you really want to do is be cuddled and be kissed and cuddled, and not have, and not have a lot of weighing on you. But I know things do weigh on you, pile number 3. I can see that they do. and that you do really care about people. And if you do have a friend that's ill or a family member that's ill, I do feel it's kind of weighing on you around Valentine's Day for those of you that have that, or if you have your own illnesses, doctor's appointments, things that you need to manage. I do feel like that's kind of coming up in your reading for some reason, okay? But that's another reason to kind of, keep it simple and keep it nice and keep it easy. And I feel like with Mercury Chiron, it's not really the time to disclose like a lot of information. With the High Priestess, we can keep things like secret and keep them to ourselves. And it may not be the right time to be like disclosing a ton of information. And I feel like you guys are really sensitive to that anyway. You don't normally disclose a bunch of information about yourself or other people anyway, but take the normal steps and definitely don't rush anything and just let things unfold naturally and easily. And I think you'll have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Okay, pile number 3. That is what I am getting for you, my loves. I hope you have a beautiful, gorgeous day, and take care.